I picked me up a new set of extensions, and I was wanting to take a look at them, and figured you guys might want to take a look if you're in the market for a set of locking extensions. These are by GearWrench. This is a 1/4-inch set. So you get a 2-inch, a 3-inch, and a 6-inch in this set. The part number is 81003. They are lifetime warranty, like most GearWrench products are, and they are actually made in Taiwan. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're made in Taiwan, and we're going to take them out and take a look at them. We'll lock some sockets on to see how they do. A couple different brands. So first we'll take a look. First thing I like to do is just kind of look at the knurling. And the knurling is just about perfect. It's not too aggressive, so you're not going to, really callus up your fingers if you're using these a lot. The knurling on the collars here are just a little bit more aggressive, but they're good. The nice thing about having knurling on both the collar and this shaft, the main body, of course, what the knurling's all about is if once you broke your nut or bolt loose, or you're tightening it, you're wanting to screw it in quickly, you can just spin it on, using the knurling of the tool, of the extension. If you're down here, especially on the 2 or the 3-inch, you can just grab that knurled part and be able to get enough grip to where if you've got oil or grease on your fingers, it's not just sliding on the extension. And I remember back when I first started mechanicking, that was a very irritating thing to have, is have oil and grease on your fingers, and you're trying to turn an extension with this nice chromed, polished, body, whether it's a socket or an extension, without something to grip on. You're getting frustrated. So you're trying to find a rag or whatever to grip onto it so that you can get enough grip to spin it. Well, they finally figured out that putting knurling, on this kind of stuff helps a lot. And that's an extra process in the manufacturing of it, so that's an added time that they've had to perform to give you a product that's more user friendly. And the way these work, so most your extensions, actually before that, I like to look at the machining of the flats. And the reason is, if you see machine marks, that's a sure sign that they didn't take their time to make sure there's no machine marks on it. And I don't see any machine marks at all on these. Now, chances are they just used a dye. This was probably pretty much cherry red, and they just, crimp it, and they get that perfect, square drive. And that way you don't have no machine marks to worry about. And then, of course, at another point in the manufacturing process, they chrome plate it. And the chrome plating looks great. I mean, it looks just as good as anything else that you would expect to have a good chrome plating finish on it. It does have this rubberized little collar around it. I don't know exactly, most of them don't have that. I don't know what their main thought is on that. But the way these work, when you pull back on this collar, this ball right here will recess into the square drive. And unlike the traditional type extension that's just a spring-loaded ball to where, you're overcoming that spring and it's pushing that ball down when you pull the socket on and off, this isn't like that. The collar has to be pulled back. There's a little pin, right here. And it's got a little recess in that pin that allows that ball to drop down into. So that allows you to get the socket on and off. Let's go ahead and get a couple different brand sockets here. Okay, so I got a Titan socket, swivel socket. So we'll try that first, and we'll just use the 2-inch. So like I say, to get it on, you're not going to be able to just push it straight on. You got to pull the collar, then it'll slide right on. And if it's machined right, it'll lock to where it will not come off. You got to pull the collar. So now, if you're down in an area and you're, working, and you go to pull your extension up, you don't pull the socket off and leave the socket down in a, in an area that's going to be tough to get to now. So that's what these are all about. Now you pull the collar and the ball recesses in, and then it comes right off. And the reason that happens, you've got these little indentions in the square drive of the sockets and other tooling with square drives that allow that ball to fit in. So this Titan fit it perfectly, locked on perfectly. Here I've got about a 30-year-old Craftsman that I've had forever. So we're gonna do the same thing for it. Again, it shouldn't go on. Pull the collar, goes on. Pull the collar, goes on, and it locks. And that's what it's all about. That way whenever you pull it off, again, you're not leaving your socket down in an engine bay somewhere. Again, to get it off, pull the collar, slides right off. Another nice thing about that is, again, if you've got oil or greasy fingers, when you pull this collar, there is no friction. There's no friction at all. It's just a loose fit. So you got oil or grease, and you try to pull your socket off, you're going to be able to do it. So here's a snap-on, 5/16 snap-on. Again, I've had these quite a while. And you pull the collar, goes right on, and it's locked. So, all of them should do the same thing. And you could lock it, you could lock all three of these together to, to get a longer extension if you needed it. And then lock the socket onto the very end one, and you've got a system that's locked completely together. So, of course, whenever you lock a bunch of extensions, you're going to have some slop in it. That's generally not an issue whenever you're trying to unscrew a bolt or a nut. But I tell you what, the quality of these, they seem top notch, as you'd expect with GearWrench. GearWrench is earned a name for quality, even though it's a Taiwan-made tool. I think for the price, you're not going to be able to beat these locking extensions. A link in the description as to where I bought these, which was the cheapest place I could find. And I highly recommend you pick up a set if you're interested in a set of locking extensions. With that said, I think I covered everything. Lifetime warranty, very high quality, and just so you know, so the warranty, if you ever did need to send these back in, the warranty number that you call is this 1-800-688-8949. That's GearWrench's warranty number that you call. You're going to get an RMA number, and you're going to ship it to them, and they'll ship you a new one. So, yeah, there you have it. Nice set of extensions. I think, I can't remember what I paid for them. I think it was $16. $20 maybe, I can't remember. I'll put the link. The price changes quite often, on Amazon and any place else. You see it for one price, and then a week later the price will be totally different. Sometimes it's a little cheaper, sometimes it's more expensive. But at the time of the purchase of these, I think it might have been around $20 that I paid for these, whenever I bought them. So, and it's 2021, June of 2021. So, there you have it. Locking extensions by GearWrench. You guys take care.